Welcome to another episode of Mathematics for Upper Grades. Today we are going to look at how to express one quantity as a fraction of another quantity. Before, let's look at solutions for assignments from previous lesson. I hope you had all answers right. Okay. If we have two quantities and we are expressing one of the quantity as a fraction of another quantity, how are we going to go about that? From previous lesson, we learned that to find a fraction of a quantity, we multiply the fraction by the quantity. So if we have a quantity, say 30 Ghana cedis, 30 Ghana cedis, and we are finding 1/3 of 30 Ghana cedis, we multiply 1/3 by 30 Ghana cedis, and that gives us 10 Ghana cedis. Okay, so what we are going to do is not really different from what we did from previous lesson. This time around, we are finding, or we are expressing one quantity as a fraction of another quantity. So if we have two quantities, say quantity A and quantity B, and we are expressing quantity A as a fraction of quantity B, it means we are looking for what fraction A is contained in B. So we have a whole quantity B. This whole is B, and there's a portion of it which is quantity A. We are finding that fraction of A which is in B, the whole quantity. So that is what it means to express one quantity as a fraction of another quantity. And before you can express one quantity as a fraction of another quantity, both quantities, quantity A and then B, or quantity B and A, all must be in the same unit. Both quantities must be in the same unit. So if A is in meters, B is also, or B should also be in meters, or if A is in meters, B should also be in meters. If A is in centimeters, B should also be in centimeters. If A is in Ghana cedis, B should also be in Ghana cedis. Let's look at this example and then get what we are talking about. Okay, so we have a length of rod 200 centimeters, and we are going to find a portion of it which is 80 centimeters. So we are going to express 80 centimeters as a fraction of 200 centimeters. We are finding that fraction, that portion of 200 centimeters, which is 8 centimeters. We are expressing that as a fraction. So realize that, or we saw that, to express one fraction as a quantity of another fraction, we make sure both quantities are in the same unit. So realize that the 80 centimeters and the 200 centimeters both are in the same unit. Okay, so we say 80 centimeters is quantity A and 200 centimeters is quantity B. So we express 80 centimeters as a fraction of 200 centimeters. The of the take note, if you're expressing one quantity as a fraction of another quantity, the quantity that follows the of is the denominator. So here the 200 centimeters will be our denominator. Take note of that. So expressing one quantity as a fraction of another quantity A as a fraction of quantity B, we do quantity A over B. So from this scenario, we do 80 centimeters over 200 centimeters. Centimeters cancel centimeters, 0 cancel 0, 4 goes into 8, 2 times, 4 goes into 20, 5 times. So we have 2 over 5 as our fraction. 2 over 5. So 8 centimeters, expressing 8 centimeters as a fraction of 200 centimeters is 2 over 5. So we can also say that to express quantity, as I've said earlier, to express quantity A as a fraction of quantity B, we do quantity A over quantity B. Take note of that. And both quantities should be in the same units. Don't forget that both quantities should be in the same units. And quantity A is always a portion of quantity B. So to find or to express quantity A as a fraction of quantity B is the denominator. Let's try another question. What fraction of 1 minute is 45 seconds? What fraction of 1 minute is 45 seconds? Or what portion of 1 minute is 45 seconds? Basically, that's what this question means. So we are finding that fraction of 1 minute, which is giving us 45 seconds, as we can see in the diagram. Yes. So we realize that both quantities have different units. So we work in units we are comfortable in. So it will be advisable to change the minutes into seconds. It will be advisable to change the minutes into seconds. So we convert 1 minute into seconds and then work in seconds. So we know that 1 minute gives us 60 seconds. Yes, 1 minute gives us 60 seconds. So we are going to divide, because we are finding 45 seconds out of 60 seconds, we are finding that fraction of that, we do 45 seconds over 60 seconds. Yeah, so we reduce 45 seconds over 60 seconds to its simplest form. I hope you all can do that. 45 seconds over 60 seconds. Try that. Let's see what you get. Yeah, so 45 5 goes into 45 9 times, 5 goes into 60 12 times, and then we have seconds cancelling seconds. We have 9 over 12. We still can't break this down. 3 goes into 9 3 times, and then 3 goes into 12 4 times. So we have 3 over 4. So expressing 45 seconds as a quantity of 60 seconds is 3 over 4. So we say 3/4 of 1 minute is 45 seconds. So if we are dividing 60 seconds into 4 equal parts, 3 of that is 45 seconds. Yes. 3 of 60 seconds is, yeah, so we say 3/4 of 60 seconds, or 1 minute, is 45 seconds. Three-fourths of 1 minute is 45 seconds. Let's try another question. What fraction of 600 grams is 500 grams? What fraction of 600 grams is 500 grams? So here both quantities have the same units, so there wouldn't be any conversions here. What fraction of 600 grams is 500 grams? Yes, so we divide by 600 grams, and then our numerator becomes 500 grams. So grams cancels grams, 2 zeros cancels 2 zeros, we have 5 over 6. So what fraction of 600 grams is 500 grams? Is 5 over 6. So take note, if we are expressing one quantity as a fraction of another quantity, make sure both quantities are in the same unit, and take note, the quantity that follows the off is always the denominator. You divide both quantities, and then you find your fraction. You simplify the fraction to its simplest form. Yes. So basically, this is what we are doing today. Okay, so take these 2 questions as your homework. First question reads, in fact, this homework, you're going to apply the knowledge you obtained from finding the fraction of a quantity and what we've studied today, how to express one quantity as a fraction of another quantity. I'm going to apply this to knowledge you have obtained to solve this assignment. So the first question reads, after spending 7 over 9 of a 3-hour examination, a student left the exam hall. How many minutes has he to complete the duration of the examination? The second question reads, 1/5 of a class study English and 3/5 study mathematics. If the class consists of 80 students, how many students study English and mathematics in the class? Okay, so solve these 2 questions as a homework for this lesson. And catch you in our next lesson. We are going to talk about fraction left and then fraction spent. If you have a quantity and you take portion, or you take fraction of that quantity what fraction have you taken? What fraction have you spent from that quantity? What fraction is left? We are going to solve more examples or more word problems on this case study. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this lesson, and see you in our next lesson. Enjoy the rest of your day, and remember to stay safe.